With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Mike. 380. 43. Watch the out. Watch the out. 49. Check 49. Check 49. 14.
First carry for James Conner. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. On second down, Conner looking for space. And he is met in his... Tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now third and...
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Exit. Hey, look small. We don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 48's the mic. Get that quarterback. Hey, 0. Quarterback D-line. Good touch.
From the shotgun, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down now, it's Johnson. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Pick it up.
At the 24-yard line.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Let's go. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 55.
On 2nd and 9. Murray escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there. And it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Slam, slam, slam. Watch the shift.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 46-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Johnson. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Double up, double up. Check three.
From the 29, Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This is Homer. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Cardinals' 48-yard line.
Check 13.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 36-yard line.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. He'll buy some time right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it's 3rd and short.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Third and 2, now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left, and Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Silver. Check. Lucky.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check curls.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
48 for Mike. Let's put him on the buses.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
14.
Here's Wilson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it with Johnson. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Johnson. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Let's go, folks.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Cardinals first down.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Now he's flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Play fake. Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Trying to go back to Watkins, and it's 3rd down.
Taken down back at the 12-yard line.
Alert. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. I'm going to come back to you. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The busy night continues for Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Darius Philon there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second down, 6.
3 down, 3 down. Slam. Wide, get wide.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They run. It's Johnson. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. David Johnson denied here on the 4th down run. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Check nickel. Tighten up.
Penny, the first down carry. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Penny. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more. Fight that. 48 Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the shift. Watch the ball.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The first down carry here for Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They go to Johnson again. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So
now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. Room past the 20. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 3rd and 2, Wilson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, here's Penny. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch out, watch out. Go, 14. 36 power.
Here's Wilson. He's got Watkins on the out route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
14.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Go.
The 46-yard line.
Go. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. 43. Coming on.
He'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked by Deontay Thompson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Arizona, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to work? I'm ready to work. Are you ready to work? If you are, then go out and prove it to me. Show me what you got.
Fight down these two. Fight down these two. Let's go, Adi! Yellow. There's a water, right? Right, right. Yellow, yellow. There's a water, Adi! Right, right. Yellow. Let's go, right, right. Right, right. Let's go, right, right. Yellow, right, right. Yellow, 180, right, right. Right, 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 right. Yellow, let's go, 180, right, right. Fight down these two, fight down these two. Right, right. Yellow, that's a 180, right, right.
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good. And you know what gets me really excited? You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet.
Yellow, yellow.
Not even close. Each and every one of you should take that as a challenge and see if you can find that next level.
Yellow, let's go, 180. Right, right. Right, right. 180. Right, right. Yellow, 180. Right. Yellow, that's a 180. Right. Right, right.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today.
Right, right.
Game is
Right,
starting to slow
right.
down for you, isn't it? I can't wait to see what you're going to do on Sunday. Good job.
Yellow, let's go, 180. Right, right. Fight down these two. Right, right. Yellow, 180. Right, right. Yellow, yellow. Right, right. Yellow, let's go, 180. Right, right. Right, right. 180. Right, right. Yellow, let's go, 180. Right, right.
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good. And you know what gets me really excited? You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet. Not even close. Each and every one of you should take that as a challenge and see if you can find that.
Wait! There's the blue end! Where's it? Yellow! There's the right side! Fight on these two! Fight on these two! There's the line! Right side! Yellow! Right side! Yellow! Yellow! There's the line! Right side! Yellow! There's the right side! Line, line! There's the line! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Yellow! Right side! Line, line! Let's go 180! Right side! Yellow! That's a lot! Right side! Fight on these two! Fight on! Right side! Yellow! That's a side! Yellow, yellow! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Line, line! 180! Right side! Yellow! That's a lot! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Line, line! Let's go! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Fight on these two! Fight on these! Right side! Yellow! Let's go up! Right side!
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good.
Yellow,
and you know
yellow!
what gets me really
Let's go
excited?
180!
You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet. Not even close. Each and every one of you should take that as a challenge and see if you can find that next level.
Yellow! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! 180! Line 8! That's a line 80! Where's it? Yellow! Let's go, Lou 80! Where's it? There's the blue lady. What's it? Wait. There's the white lady. What's it? Yellow. There's the white lady. What's it? Fight down these two. There's a wall, right? What's that? Yellow. There's a wall, lady. What's that?
All right, Coach, it's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium just across the Hudson River from New York City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go, 47.
First down, Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Number 46.
46. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Mike, 53.
Third and long for Prescott. And he's going to go down again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Kill.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. It's Hill, complete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
A ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Corey Littleton leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he can't find room to run. Bell's going to go down, and that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone. And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Here go 47.
55, back 55. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Butler. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This pass complete to Higgins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be second and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
You better get in the weight room, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
Mike, 55. Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on fourth and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
6 guys, check 6 guys.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mahomes now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard
Check
line.
53 is mine. You got nothing to win.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
That's good for Jets. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Bell so light on his feet. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City 1st. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, it's Butler. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Yellow. There's a line, right?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st down, Mahomes. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And the kick by Butker is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
53 is the mic.
We're going to 53.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 68 yards on the ground. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's third down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Slam, slam, slam. Check your hot read.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike. Here we go. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Here we go, 46. 55, Mark, 55. Man. 26.
Now Prescott trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Bell sheds him off. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. They'll go again with Bell. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.